Hey everyone, Sharktail here, bring you all my updated Rokket deck profile for the November 2019 format for post Chaos Impact. So this is actually technically my first Rokket deck profile that I've ever made. I've actually done a $30 budget version of this deck with the additions of the structure decks. So this time it's pretty much the cards from the structure deck but with the additional cards. And with the Chaos Impact now, the TCG, we have the addition of Striker Dragon, which is really helpful for this deck, as well as a couple other cards that I decided to have in this deck. So without further ado, let's get started with the deck profile. Kicking off, I am running the three Silver Rocket Dragons. Basically, if any like monster were to target this card, you can destroy it, then target one of your opponent's extra deck monster and banish it. So it really actually does come out in handy. And also, like with most Rocket Dragons, it does have the graveyard ability. If it is actually destroyed by battle or by card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon a Rocket monster from your deck. Then I'm running three of Absolute Dragon. Very easy to special summon. Basically, you just have to control a rocket monster in order to special summon it, so it's actually pretty easy. And the graveyard ability is pretty useful actually. And what I really like is only just like if it's actually set to the graveyard, doesn't matter like how specifically. Just if it's actually set to the graveyard, you get to add a rocket monster from your deck. Then I'm running the three rocket tracers. Basically, you can target one face-up monster you control, destroy it, and if you do, special summon one rocket monster from your deck, except Rocket Tracer. And also, you cannot special summon a monster from the extra deck for the rest of the turn, except Dark Monsters. You can only use this effect of Rocket Tracer once per turn. So basically, destroy it and then just add or just special summon a rocket monster from your deck. Which again, a lot of rocket monster actually does have their graveyard ability, which actually does come into very use. Then I'm running the three Magna Rocket Dragons. When a link monster is affected, or when a link monster's effect is activated that targets the face-up card on the field, quick effect, you can destroy this card, then send one monster on the field to the graveyard. During your end phase, if this card is in your graveyard because it was destroyed on the field by battle or a card effect and sent to the graveyard this turn, you can special summon one rocket monster from your deck except Magna Rocket Dragon. You can only use this effect once per turn. So basically, destroy, and then you can actually special summon another rocket monster from your deck. Then I'm running the two Auto Rocket Dragons. Does have the same idea as Magna Rocket Dragon. Instead of like having to destroy any monsters, it actually destroys any spell or trap that you actually have, basically. Then I'm running the two Rocket Synchrons. So obviously, this is your tuner monster for your Borreload Savage Dragon. But also, if you actually don't want to use it for the synchro summoning, it actually does actually really help special summon any level 5 or higher rocket monsters from your graveyard. Then I'm running the one Metal Rocket Dragon. Basically, does have the same ability, or it does have the same idea as Auto Rocket, or yeah, Auto Rocket and Magna Rocket Dragon. Just except this card, when it's destroyed, you can destroy the monsters that's in the same column as this card. And also, because if it's actually destroyed by battle or by card effect and sent to the graveyard, you get to special summon another rocket monster from your deck. Two Gateway Dragons. If your opponent controls a lake monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only special summon Gateway Dragon once per turn this way. Once per turn, you can special summon one level 4 or lower dark monster from your hand. So basically, easy to get out, and then also you can actually special summon a level 1 or level 4 or lower dark dragon monster from your hand. Then one Defrag Dragon, you can special summon this card from your hand by sending one other monster from your hand to the graveyard. You can only special summon one Defrag Dragon once per turn. This way, if this card's in the graveyard, you can banish one. You can banish 3 monsters from your graveyard with the same name except Defrag Dragon special summon this card. You can only use the effect of Defrag Dragon once per turn. So pretty much, again, easy to bring out. And also with the banishing effect, it can actually be something useful for any of your topologic monsters. And then for some of the hand traps, I'm running the 2 Ash Blossoms. Kind of random, but I actually want to run this card since it's actually a pretty generic hand trap. And then also I am running the 1 World Child Scar Dragon. Just pretty much when a card or effect is activated, you can target your lake monster's quick effect. You can send this card from your hand to the graveyard, and then negate the activation and destroy the card. But the other effect doesn't actually really matter because it actually involves like a normal monster, which we actually don't have. But these 3 I just think is actually pretty useful for their effect. That is it for the monsters. Onto the spells. I am running the 3 quick launch. Just pretty much special summon a rocket monster from your deck. That's pretty much it. That's what the card is pretty much about. Then I'm running 3 of Squib Draws. Basically, you can actually target 1 monster and then destroy it. And then after that, you can actually draw 2 cards. Well, with the rockets, you can actually their effects will actually be triggered, but also not only that, it does actually give you the addition to draw 2 cards from your deck. Then I'm running 3 of Dragon Shrine. This is the spell card for any dragon type that is actually able to send any monsters from your deck to the grave, which is actually something that will be useful for your rocket deck since it does have the graveyard ability. Then I'm running 2 rapid triggers, or rapid triggers. Basically, this is your fusion spell for your fusion monster, Borload Furious Dragon. Then I'm running 2 of Boil Regenerators. Just pretty much gets to special summon a rocket monster from your graveyard, and then this is then 1 Boot Sector launch. Pretty much your main field spell you actually want to go to, since it can be easily searched with your Striker Dragon now, which is the card that we actually have now in the TCG. Then I'm running 2 Twin Twisters. Basically, just discard 1 card, and then you get to destroy up to 2 spell and traps that your opponent has. And then just for like a more generic spell, I'm actually running the 1 Monster Reborn. That is it for the main deck. Onto the extra deck, I'm running 1 Borload Furious Dragon and 1 Borload Savage Dragon. Furious Dragon is your Borload fusion monster. Basically, this card can actually target one of the monsters that you control, and one of the cards they have. Basically, destroy them. This card can actually destroy itself if you want, which is actually coming to very useful. because if it's actually in the graveyard, you can banish this card, and also you get to special summon one dark Dark Link monster from your graveyard. But although with their effects negated, Boros Savage Dragon, I feel like it's the better one. Basically, you can actually equip this card with a Link monster that's in your graveyard, and then you can actually have counters up to the Link ratings, and also not only it actually gains half the attack that Link monster has, but it also has like the negations effect, which I think is actually very useful. Then I'm running one Striker Dragon, which is the brand new card that came in Chaos Impact, and I feel like this is actually very useful since it's a searcher for your field spell, boot, sector launch. So pretty much this card is like your Salmon Grey Balinks, but for rockets, basically. Then I'm running one Guard Dragon LP and one Guard Dragon Pisty. I am running the Guard Dragon engine in this deck because I just feel like it just helps out your deck a little bit more, but also we actually know the fact that Agripane is now banned ever since the October 2019 ban list came. I forgot to mention this is actually the post October 2019 ban list, but with the Guard Dragon engine, I still think it's actually very, very useful in my opinion. Then I'm running one Overburst Dragon. I just want to run this card because normally people actually want to run the two of Striker Dragon, but I only have one copy of the card. So in the meantime, I just want to use the Overburst Dragon in my extra deck. One Quad Boral Dragon, and then I'm actually running the one Booster Dragon. One Triple Burst. One Topologic Trisbana, like I actually said. I'm actually running the Topologics as well. One Stereaegis Skull Dread, and then one Unchained Abomination. Then I'm running the one Borlo Dragon, and then one Boral Sword. I think Boral Sword is actually very cheap to get now. I think the least it costs is like $10. Or at least that's what the Mega 10 version is. I believe like the card I have right now is 15, while the Cybernetic Horizon version is like 30, which I mean it's actually kind of pricey, but but if you actually really want to go for the Boral Sword Dragon, I would actually definitely pick up the Mega 10 version. And then lastly, I am running the one Topologic Zero Boros. But that is it for my Rokket deck profile. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.